So yesterday we were talking, Jerry was here, we were talking with Michelle about how to use a scale and weigh your food and everything accurately. So I want to go over it. Remember I said I'd do like a little video for it. I tested you three, I haven't tested you yet, but just so you know what's going on, I did their metabolism test and I'm having them eat a certain amount of food. And for a couple weeks, I'm having them track their food accurately so that they know how much nourishment they're getting, okay? So, do all of you have scales?
Yeah.
You don't have one yet, okay, you do, okay. So, I'm gonna show you how to use this thing efficiently, accurately, and then I'll show you a couple tips to just, make things really quick. So for right now, we're gonna pretend that this is my plate, okay? And this is maybe some chicken, some broccoli, whatever. Okay, here's my scale. So let me just turn it off for a second. So first thing is you want to get a scale that does grams. Most scales do grams and ounces. The problem with ounces is that it only does like by a quarter ounce versus with grams it does like a tenth of a gram. So it's very, very accurate. So I'm gonna turn this on. Okay. So I'm at home right now. I'm about to eat. Scale is on. Now it says 0. Now remember yesterday you were asking about, and Michelle was asking about the plate and like, why are we gonna weigh the plate? We're not. You set your plate on here. It does weigh the plate, but we don't care what the plate weighs. So you just hit 0, okay? Now, about to eat. This is my chicken. Put it on here. 160 grams of chicken, 0. My broccoli. 42 grams of broccoli, 0. My rice, 78 grams of rice. It's as simple as that. Now, how long did that take?
Like 2 seconds.
2 seconds more than if you would just put it on the plate anyway. So that's how you use 0 stuff. Does that make sense? Okay, now, you run into some problems like imagine if you guys, any of you like pistachios with the shell, you know what I'm talking about? How do you weigh those? Because you're not going to eat the shell, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, it took me a little while to figure this out, but eventually I did. So what I do, imagine this is my pistachios, a big bowl of them or whatever. I'm not going to open each one up and take the pistachio out and weigh it and stuff. So what I do is I get my bowl, I weigh the whole thing. 167 grams, okay? Now, imagine, let me take some out here. So imagine that these are what I eat, but I'm not gonna eat the shells, and I put the shells in here, okay? So this is what I ate. I'm gonna drop one here. And those are the shells that are left, okay? So now, remember it was 167 grams at the beginning, right? Okay. 138 is still in the container. Never touched them, I didn't want to eat these, okay? So I'm missing about 30 grams, okay? Here's my shells. I stick my thing on here, I 0 it, I go to the trash can, I pour the shells out, set it back on here, minus 15. So the shells weighed 15, right? But I was missing 30, so I just ate 15 grams of nuts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do the same thing with like chicken legs or something, because when you go to track them, if you want to be really accurate, I like to just put how much chicken I ate. So I'll eat, let's say I'll have a plate, I'll weigh the whole plate with like 6 chicken legs on it. I'll know the total weight. I'll eat my chicken, leave the bones on there, and then either reweigh it or just weigh the bones, and then you know how much chicken you ate. Does that make total sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The other nice thing about using this, because what a lot of people do is they try to use the measurements of like a cup or something. So if you look on this, as an example here, it says serving size is, where is it? Oh, serving size, 1 container, 5.3 ounces, and then it says 150 grams. But here's the problem. What if I don't want to eat the whole thing? So let's say I'm at home, I gotta get out of the house real quick, and I just want to have a little bit of this. So again, stick it on here. hit 0. I'm at home. Oh, man. Open it up. I can eat 1 spoon. Put it back on here. Minus 11. I just had 11 grams. I don't have to eat the whole thing. So that's what's nice about using a gram scale. You can have as much or as little as you want, and you can be super accurate. Okay, any questions?
No, pretty good.
Pretty straightforward?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about it. But that's just how I do it, and it makes it really quick and easy. And you can see how zeroing. Oh, one last thing. In the MyFitnessPal app, there's a recipe section. Remember, I think I talked to you or one about if your mom's gonna make something for you. So what I do is, if your mom's gonna make like a casserole or something, have her keep track of everything that goes into it, right? So again, so here's the big pot your mom's cooking. She puts the carrots in, and she weighs it. She puts the meat in, and she puts the broccoli or whatever in. So now you've got this total. Now what I do is I weigh the whole thing, okay? So I'll put it on here and get it, let's see if it was 0. Okay, yeah, mine's gonna say so. So the total on here is like basically 400 grams. Now, the thing is, if this is a casserole in the refrigerator, how much am I going to eat when I want to eat it? Like, because it's going to ask in the app how many servings are in this. But you don't know ahead of time how big or how small a portion you want to have, right? So what I do is I make whatever it weighs the number of servings. So in other words, here it would be 398 servings. Now, obviously, I'm not going to have 398 little tiny spoons of it or whatever. But how that works is then whenever I eat, so now it's the next day. I go and I got my plate on here. Let's do it this way. So here's my plate again. I zero it. Here's my casserole. I take out, 4 scoops or whatever. I put it on here. 150 grams. Remember I said I made each serving a gram. So I just put 150 servings and it tallies the whole thing up. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's how you do it. And it's really simple. And again, just make sure your scale has grams on it because it's so much easier than using ounces and pounds or whatever. Okay, and if you have questions, you can obviously contact me and let me know. But hopefully this helps. Good? Okay, awesome.